Alright, I finally got a new Surron belt in, and we are going to be installing on the bike today. Going to be taking this chain drive sprocket and jack shaft off, which is a pain in the ass until I found out a trick that I'm going to share with you. First things first, we got to put her on the stand. Now, I took the wheel off, but I found out it's easier to just keep it on. Start by taking the middle bolt off your suspension linkage and also the top bolt on your suspension so you can move the shock out of the way. I bought a socket for the swing arm, but you can remove it with a hammer and flathead. Now, once you've removed the axle from the swing arm, you can pull the swing arm from the frame. When you do this, 2 spacers will fall out from the jack shaft, and it's important to keep track of each one, otherwise the swing arm won't fit properly when you reinstall. This spacer came from the black bearing seal I am pointing at. Now you can pull the jack shaft, and this is where you'll want to unscrew the sprocket to reinstall the belt drive. Luckily I have 2, so I didn't need to. Next, you can swap the sprocket on the motor, but make sure you keep track of the keyway, otherwise the belt won't spin. I put the pulley on first, then stretched the belt over. It was a tight fit, but I found this to be easiest. Loosen the motor mount bolts on the top and bottom, but don't unscrew them all the way. This is so the motor is able to shift into the right position. I put the belt on the motor and pulled through the back to wrap around the jack shaft. Now here comes the trick to make life easier. Install the chain and spacers on the jack shaft, then you'll need a spare axle that you don't need for anything. This is going to be its new sole purpose. You'll need an axle to fit all the way through the swing arm without protruding from the other side. Then you'll have to cut the head off. Here's an easy way to do it. Unfortunately, I didn't get the rest of the install on video, but the purpose for the axle is to hold the jack shaft in place like a second set of hands. When being held in place, you can slide the swing arm in and reinstall in reverse. As you can see in the video, I didn't have the axle in between and I was struggling. So do yourself a favor and listen. Finally able to ride the Ron again. Took Honey Girl out and did her first wheelie,